What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 on Project DURAMAX. That's my brother there in the background. For you guys that are new or haven't seen the first part, we were working on his 2004.5 L.E.D DURAMAX. He's had this truck for probably 4.5-ish years, going on almost 5 years. He bought it for a daily driver from a dealership up in Bloomington, Indiana. The old man that owned it before him basically used it to tow his boat to the lake and stuff up there. So the back end was a little rusty, crusty on it. I mean, it was pretty bad. So we knew that it definitely needed some attention back here on the frame, and as well as the cab corners and rocker panels. So about 2 years ago, was it, when we first put in those?
Yeah, we sectioned them.
Yeah, so they got real bad right in this area.
Yeah, so we did like here and like here on each side.
And that lasted, I mean, all the way up until the cab corners and stuff started getting rusty. So we decided
that patch was fine. It was just the driver's side cab corners started to get so bad where you could pull about that big, and then in the middle where we didn't section because we couldn't get the steps off at the time.
Yeah, it did have the PAP steps on there, so we finally got those broken loose. We did this project, it had been a week ago.
Started last Friday.
Yeah, so it had been a week
and a half ago.
Yeah, a week and a half ago. It had been 2 weeks ago this coming Friday. So we pulled it in, took the bed, started with the tail lights, tailgate, had a plastic liner in it. We pulled it out, had the plastic cover on the tailgate that a lot of those trucks have. Took it out. Like I said, the plastic liner was in there, so we took it out. We actually raptor liner the top of it. This bottom section was already Herculiner, but that stuff was so spotchy and it just didn't look good. So we went back over everything with the raptor liner, definitely cleaned it up a lot. The raptor liner, I like it because it doesn't fade or anything. After a while, that Herculiner, it just, the tops of like where it rolls here, it was just constantly getting sun on it. It was real splotchy and just didn't look good.
I had to redo the Herculiner about once a year.
So that's the bad thing. I mean, the stuff was nice and rugged and stuff, and it looked pretty good, but after a while, we just needed to redo it.
Looks good fresh, but after about 6 months, it fades easy.
Exactly. So that being said, we pulled the bed off, whole frame and everything was coated. As you can tell, we hit the leaf springs. I mean, it looks 10 times better up in there. We were gonna pull the fender flares off. We didn't get around to it just because of the time frame. It is his daily driver. He's got the Corvette, but with the weather now, they were calling for rain almost every other day. So it was one of those things where we wanted to get it in the shop, get it done quick. So yeah, exactly. The Corvette's rear tires aren't the greatest. So that being said, we knew we had to get it in the shop, get it done quick. So we got it in a Friday. Got it all tore apart. I mean, the doors were off. Everything that was left on the truck was basically front bumper, fenders, and the hood. Everything else came off. Both doors, the 4 doors came off. The bed was off, tailgate was off, the rear bumper was off. We ended up redoing his exhaust because one of the hangers was broke up in about this section, and then one of them was broke back here. So we decided to take off the elbow piece here behind the back wheel, do an axle dump on it. Still looks really good, still looks clean. I mean, it's not super gaudy and huge up in there, but it definitely, I'm sure it sounds louder in the cab. So
oh, it's a lot louder in the cab.
But
only thing I miss is being able to hear that more of that turbo on the outside. But I'm sure it's louder when you're standing around it now, but the cab's definitely more throaty.
But that's the thing, guys. We have some stuff we need to come back and touch up. Like here's some raptor liner. We'll take some lacquer thinner, get it off. But we did spray. I mean, we sprayed all up inside here, all around the hinges, all up inside there. We taped it down to match the bed cap here because we did leave the cap on it.
The angle that you did, like I like the angle.
So
I think Dad liked the angle too.
I mean, it's not 100% perfect. Like I said, we were gonna take the flares off, but we didn't get around to it. So that will be coming here in the future. I know back here on the bed sides, it's a little crunchy and squishy. So
that's a video for another time.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we can come in and section that in instead of just finding a whole new bed like Clayton's truck, my cousin Clayton's. There was no saving it. You would have had to done 2 new bed sides, the inner arch well. I mean, this whole section was just gone. At least Caleb's, it's just a little soft in this area. So we should be able to patch it in there real nice. Frame looks clean on both sides. He did coat the frame all the way up to the front. This cab corner, believe it or not, did not belong to this truck. It was for a single cab, standard cab. So I mean, it actually was about yay much bigger. It was probably 2 to 3 inches bigger.
Like this.
Yeah, so what I did is I came in, cut it, bent it around like the factory, and I mean, you guys can't even tell.
It actually looks really good. I actually think it still matches up probably better than the other side even.
I mean, you guys, there's a little bowing here from where I bent it out and stuff, and where we put a little filler and stuff on it. But like I said, we didn't spend, I mean, hours on this truck like I would if it was an actual customer's truck, just because, I mean, he's
a little less picky.
Yeah,
I mean, literally this whole cab corner here, you could probably almost put your hand up inside that. That's how bad the rust was getting over here. So this is definitely,
yeah, it's
brand new
solid.
metal, all solid through here. Plus this Hercules or the Raptor liner sprayed on here looks so good.
So we sprayed up underneath
Definitely
there. We
recommend
seam
that.
sealed everything just like the factory would have been. Door shuts great. All the way up to the front, like we said, it's all Raptor liner. Did the inside as well.
Definitely recommend the Raptor liner to anybody that's redoing this, at least on the bottom, just because it's a lot better for chip resistant and rust prevention, especially.
Well, that being said too, if you guys are like
especially you guys that like to run wider offsets even than what I have.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is a -36 like my old offset was.
Yeah, if you're
And
running
I mean
something like Jacob even, I mean,
I'll say like me, I got a -44, so I mean it sticks out pretty good. And
I throw rocks up on my side and here I'm clink underneath just with that, so I can't imagine anybody having wider.
But going back to the Raptor liner and stuff on the inside, if you guys, like when you're climbing in with your boots and stuff, I guarantee you go out to your truck, you look at this area right through here, it's probably, the paint's all chipped off, it's probably bare metal. That actually helps. So like when you go to climb in, I mean, Caleb, climb in there real quick.
Especially, that's the one thing, because I kind of miss my step, because I would step on my step first and then get in. But now, without it, it's like this stuff definitely comes in handy, because I'm definitely stepping like right in this area, if not more. Especially
yeah, see?
Especially when I come out now, I'm definitely dragging my feet a little bit more. And I wear boots a lot between work and then being out here, so.
And like I said, guys, that stuff's just gonna add that extra protection and stuff. So
that, and then if you wanted to, it'd be real easy to scuff it up or kind of sand that down with a little bit, and then just spray it on again in 2 years or whatever.
Well, that's the cool thing about this. If you guys don't like the black, you can actually come back over and say we wanted to paint this white.
Yeah, we could
color match it. Just spray straight over top of it, color match it.
Do color kits for it too.
Yeah, you can get tintable kits, which is kind of nice. So like if I want to do a blue bed liner for my truck, I could, or if we want to do a white one, which I don't know why you would, because that would be terrible, it'd get super dirty and stuff. But
definitely gonna come back with some lacquer thinner and stuff and clean up a few areas. So Jacob's probably gonna have to come back with his buffing wheel.
I think that's
redid the emblem here, and
what we're gonna do is I'm gonna come back, we'll end up clay barring the paint. And
I gave it a half-ass wash at work today just to get all the dust from the shop off of it, but yeah.
But we'll come back and clay bar it and get all the contaminants and stuff off, and then I'll come back and do a full paint correction on this. It'll probably take me 4 or 5, however many hours, just to get this. Like there is some little chips and stuff in it, because it is what?
It's a 4.5,
so yeah,
16 years old.
And I mean, there's some dents and stuff, but if we can get this paint looking good, then we'll come back with a heavy wax sealer and just seal it up. I mean, this truck it'll be phenomenal. Get that front bumper all shiny and stuff.
Yeah, I need to pull the grill out and then probably sand this down again and then repaint it as well.
What I thought, we should just pull it and just Raptor liner it and then leave this black.
Actually, that'd probably be pretty fucking cool.
So
if I can say that, you might have to edit it out,
but no, I think the next thing we need to do is definitely pull off the front wheels here, shoot some paint and stuff up there on the front just to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, how long ago did we get these? Two winters ago now?
Yeah, it'd have been,
like 2 Octobers ago.
Yeah.
And they were already painted, and I just cleaned them up a little bit. I scuffed them and did a little bit of sanding and sprayed them with, I think it is Rust-Oleum.
I think it's just wheel and tire paint.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit to where I'm probably gonna have to redo them here again. They're starting to chip just a little bit, so it's gonna be enough that, look how dirty it is. I didn't even wash clean those today, but
well, that's the thing of being a front brake and stuff. But
so it needs a good detail after being in the shop tore apart.
But we'll get a few exhaust clips here for you guys, so you guys can kind of hear what the axle dump sounds like. I'll kind of come back here and, but yeah, that's the update on the truck. I mean, it looks 1,000 times better. I mean,
you can even see the gap from that full rocker replacement. This is a whole new rocker.
Yep, from the fender all the way back. What we did is I didn't take the front fender off. We unbolted it here in where the door pillar would be, and then on the bottom, pulled that front fender out just enough to slide that rocker in there, and put a couple screws in the bottom to hold it. We came back, seam sealed everything like the factory would have been, and guys, I mean, it matches up pretty freaking good. We did spray the bottoms of the doors with Raptor liner as well, at just the bottom to kind of help seal it. But yeah, well, like I said, we'll get a couple exhaust clips here real quick so you guys can hear what it sounds like, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. So there'll be plenty more coming on this. Like I said, I want to do the buffing video and stuff like that. He's still got the billet wheel he needs to install. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can still be happening to this truck. So
I gotta spend money on other stuff too. Corvette needs a tune-up, wheels and tires.
She's turning into a race truck.
Video. I'll turn the Corvette to a race car before this gets to a race truck.
But yeah, we'll get some exhaust clips real quick, guys, and yeah, that's the update here on the LLY. So